Hello and welcome to this week's Facebook Live. My name is Shalini Joshi Amdagni, and if you are new here, I am an international physical and emotional pain relief expert, helping people feel relief from their pain quickly. Those people who've been sick and tired of being in pain and have tried lots of different things and aren't getting the results or the healing that they need, I help them move past their pain to more peace and clarity. And I'm doing weekly Facebook Live sessions on every Thursday at 11 a.m. Bangkok. That's where I live. And I'm just, every week I share tips, tools, strategies to help you move past your pain, physical or emotional, to more peace and clarity. And today's topic is beliefs blocking your healing. I hope you can see this. And healing chronic pain by releasing limiting beliefs. So, welcome here. If you're watching live with me, come say hello. And if you're watching on replay, let me know you were here. Leave a comment. And if you have any questions about pain or chronic pain, feel free to ask questions below. So today's topic is, are beliefs blocking your healing? And we are going to look at, just to give you a heads up, so I'm going to be sharing with you a story about limitation, as I'm calling it story of limitation, about hip joint pain. We're going to look at beliefs that block healing, the cycle, the painful cycle of limiting beliefs. I'm going to be sharing some reflective questions that you can think about and ask yourselves, and we're going to look at how we can shift limiting beliefs to more empowering beliefs. So that's all coming up. But first, let's begin with the story of limitation, hip joint pain. So many years ago, I had a client and she had pain in her hip joint, and she was 70 years old. When she came to me, she said, Shalini, I have tried everything out there. I've traveled the world. I've been to the US. I've been to all the best doctors here in Thailand, and nothing works for me. Nothing works for me. I've done yoga. I've done, she had done a bunch of different things. And I just was wondering, I said, what do you think? What do you think is going on? And she said, well, of course, this is age related. I mean, I'm 70, and I am 70 years old, and this is not just my problem. My mom has also had this issue, and it is really hard at this age to overcome this pain. And the thing is that, I've been to London, I've been to US, I've tried all the things that are out there, and nothing works for me. And I asked her a bunch of questions. I said, do you have any sort of stress in your life? And she was like, no, I'm such a happy person. I'm such a happy-go-lucky person. I really don't think much about stress, or there's nothing really that's truly stressing me. I'm a very happy person. It's just this pain. It's just this pain that is blocking me and keeping me stuck. And, and I guess I just have to live with it because I've tried everything. And, there was very little I could do for that lady, because here's the thing. You can try everything there in the world, but if you have beliefs, solid beliefs that you truly, truly believe, right, that are limiting and disempowering, then you can try everything out there on the planet, and you will not heal from your sickness, illness, or disease, or pain. Because there are two types of pain. One is acute pain, that is like, oh, I bumped into something and I'm hurting. That's just acute pain. It's a sharp pain and it goes away. But chronic pain or chronic illness is something where it's been an ongoing thing, and you've tried different things and it's still there. So that's the pain that I'm talking about. And if you have limiting beliefs about that pain. And if you're convinced, then nothing can break through those China walls of limiting beliefs, and you will stay stuck unless you shift those limiting beliefs. Okay? Hi, Papa. Hi, Monica. Glad to see you too. Hi, Sandeepa. So, the topic is, are beliefs blocking your healing from whatever the healing may be? Maybe you're stuck with the chronic pain. That's what I'm talking about. But it could be any other chronic illness as well. Because chronic anything, chronic pain, chronic illness, right, is not a simple issue. It's a very complex, multi-layered issue. And most of us, when we're trying to treat a chronic illness, we address it from one angle. And usually that is get the medicines, get the injections, whatever medical approach there is, that's what we usually stick to, and that's fine. But that's just one way of addressing a chronic problem, which is not a simple single layered problem. It's a multi-layered problem, and we need to address it on various levels. So one of the ways that I'm suggesting that I have seen clients get stuck on, and healing doesn't budge if you're not addressing this, and that little layer, and there are many layers, right? There's the emotional layer that I talked about, the spiritual layer in my last Facebook Live. So today I'm talking about another layer of chronic pain or chronic illness, and that is limiting beliefs. What are you believing about your illness? What are you believing about your pain? What are you believing? And so where are these beliefs coming from anyway? Well, they're coming from your experiences, what the society is saying, what the doctor is saying, what the media is saying, what your peers who've experienced something similar, what are they saying? And that's where we get injected or infected with the limiting belief virus, because we on our own, we don't have such strong limiting beliefs. Maybe we had an experience, right? And we had that. So limiting beliefs, here's how they work. I drew a little diagram to explain it. So limiting beliefs, you have a pain experience, you had some experience, right? Or the media or the people that you're around, your family, your peers, your contacts, somebody who has the same problem, all that, right? And now we have all these interpretations and generalizations and conclusions that we draw about our chronic pain or our chronic illness, okay? And these become our limiting beliefs. Why are they limiting? Because they're not empowering, they're not positive, right? They are negative, they are limiting, they limit us, okay? And then what happens when you have these limiting beliefs? I can't heal. It's age related. You feel stuck because you actually believe that this is the thing that's keeping me stuck, and so you feel anger and frustration and overwhelm and doubt and fear and anxiety and all kinds of limiting feelings that eventually, right, sabotage the results that you could possibly have. Maybe there is another way. Maybe it's not what do you call it, beliefs, and it's not a fact. Maybe it's not a fact, but because you believe it, right, and then you feel frustrated and angry, and then you have more experiences like that, because whatever you believe, you create more of that. Your beliefs create your reality. And so if you believe that it's age related, it comes with age, then that is not it's if you look at other older people, right, or whatever age you are that you're saying this is age related, not everybody has it. So so what happens is you lock into that belief system so deeply, so genuinely, that you sabotage any healing that might just be possible for you. And then so you go back to the pain experience, and the cycle kind of just self propagates. It just goes on and on and on. And what are some of the limiting beliefs that people have is, I'm stuck with this. Okay, it's gonna get worse. Maybe you have different ones. I'm just throwing some that came to my mind as I was writing and preparing for this Facebook Live. This is what just popped in my mind, but I'm sure there's a lot of stuff and you need to dig deeper. But I'm stuck with this. And what happens when you say I'm stuck with this, right? It's this. I'm stuck with this. I have the wrong finger. And then frustration, anger. Why? Because I have dreams. I have things that I want to do, but I'm stuck with this, and it's keeping me from doing X, Y, Z. And then sabotaged behavior, sabotaged results, and the cycle goes on. It's gonna get worse. Like it's we say these things as if they are hardcore facts, just like every day the sun's gonna come out. It's gonna get worse. I mean, what is the guarantee? But that's what your brain says, and you believe it. It's age related. Nothing works for me. Just because you've tried 20 things and they haven't worked, that doesn't mean nothing out there is going to work. And if you just Google these days on any topic, there's so much information. Are you saying that you've tried each and everything that's out there? It's highly unlikely. So nothing works for me is a limiting belief. It's not a hardcore fact, because there are things that you haven't tried. Okay, I'm being punished. People say, oh, I'm in pain because I think I'm being punished. But really, is that a fact? It's a belief. Okay, others have the same experience. People like me who are in this kind of pain or have this kind of illness, they are having the same experiences, and so that's a fact. It's a fact that this is what's going to happen. And that the thing is, there may be 100 others who have the same issue as you, who may not be having those symptoms. Okay, so it's not a hard fact. The doctor said it's irreversible. This is such an important one. There are so many people who come to me that say, the doctor said this. The doctor's diagnosis was this. And he expressed so much shock about my issue. I had a client who was diagnosed with autoimmune disorder, and it's so bad and it's so horrible. And she truly believed it because the doctor said it, and there was so much fear and so much worry that she was making things even worse because she believed what the doctor said. And if you just look around you, you'll see doctors have said so many things to so many people who have overcome it, incurable. You're going to die in 3 months, and they live for another 10 years. So is it a fact or is it a belief? Okay, the doctor said it's irreversible. So these are some of the limiting beliefs. There's no cure for it. There's no cure for it. And I don't believe that there is no cure, because the body is a self-healing mechanism if we just let go of all the stress and tension and worry and all the fears. There is a cure, because the body is a self-healing mechanism. Of course, it's a way more complex problem, and I'm not saying everything is going to go away if you just tick off the limiting belief. I'm saying it's a complex problem. I'm saying it's a multi-layered problem. But if there is this piece that you keep telling yourself and believing, then you are going to block a big chunk of your healing process and keep yourself from getting the results that you could possibly get if you didn't have these limiting beliefs. Okay, it's a very slow process. It's very slow healing. In my case, the healing is going to be very slow. I mean, there are people who might have your problem that have healed pretty fast. So these are the limiting beliefs. And so my question to you is, what do you believe about your chronic pain, and what do you believe about your illness? What do you believe? So if you want, on replay, you can pause this video and do some reflection. If it's really important to you, reflect on, what am I believing? What are the other people, what did other people say to me that I started believing about this problem? What is the general information that I tapped into? Maybe I Googled it, maybe I read it on the internet, and I said, oh, this is what's going to happen. I have, so many clients who are menopausal, right? And they, we have, in our society, we have beliefs about menopause. We have beliefs about everything. And is that necessarily the truth? No, because there are cultures who don't believe in menopause, and they have none of the menopausal symptoms that we are locked into. So, ask yourself, what am I believing about this? Where did I hear it? Right? And what are the things that I've heard that I now believe to be true? And, just checking in, is this a fact? Is this like a fact, like the sun is going to come out tomorrow morning? That's a fact. It's not a belief. So is it a fact, or is it your own truth because of your own belief? Okay. And moving on to, what did I have next here? Reflective questions. So here are some more questions that you can ask yourself is, what do I believe about whatever, the chronic illness or the chronic pain that you have? What do I believe about it? Is this belief empowering me or limiting me? At least you should know, right? Because most people are not even aware, because they're so locked into that limiting belief that it's just a fact. It's just like a fact in their life. This is it. I'm old. At my age, these things happen. And there was a study done in Nepal, in the I don't know, I read it somewhere, but the women out there were a lot of women that had lower back pain, and there is healing available in Nepal for lower back pain, but their belief system was, this is an age-related problem. This is just what happens. And so they just live with it. They don't even talk about it. They don't even, feel like they need to get help about it, because it's an age-related thing. And so they just live with it, right? So is this belief empowering or limiting? What if I could let go of this belief? Like, what might be possible? What would be possible if I release this belief? Now, these are things that you want to reflect on. And if you are really in chronic pain, as I was 11 years ago, on bed rest, with my life was completely limited in every way, then you want to reflect on these questions. Why is it unsafe to heal? And you might say, that's silly. Of course it's safe to heal. No, there are a lot of people that think that if they heal, it might be unsafe. I had a client who had, because of, he had made some decisions because of which the company had massive problems. And deep inside, for him, there was this belief that it's not safe to heal. Why? Because if I heal, then I'll have to take responsibilities again. What if I screw up again? What if I do this same mistake again? What if I shame my family again? So it's better to just stay in this illness or this pain. So sometimes we have beliefs that are conscious, but then we also have beliefs that are subconscious. And one of them is, it's not safe to heal. Okay? Does a part of me believe I need or deserve this illness? There are a lot of people who say, I just deserve this. I must have done something in my past life, or I've done these bad things in my life, and I think I deserve this pain. I deserve to be in pain. That's a limiting belief. Okay? What if there's a way out? When you keep saying, I'm stuck, there's no way out. What if there is a way out and you just don't know? Is it a fact that there is no way out? I mean, there must be hundreds of thousands of people like you who are free of their whatever they're stuck with. What if there is a way out? And what's possible if I let this go? These are kind of repeated. I wrote them quickly. But what if there is a way out? So, if you're stuck with chronic pain and if you're stuck in chronic illness, it is a multi-layered problem, and one piece, one little layer of the chronic illness or problem is, what do you believe about your illness? What are you telling yourself on a daily basis that you've never bothered to question? And so these are questions that you want to ask yourself. Maybe that you come up with even more interesting questions that help you dig deeper into, why do I have this belief, right? Because limiting beliefs limit you. Limiting beliefs limit what's possible for you. So here are some ways that, I'm just sharing with you a few examples. Now you want to first write down what are your limiting beliefs. So if your limiting belief is, I'm stuck, then, what if you chose a more empowering belief that says, I'm open to all possibilities. I'm open to the possibility that this can change. Everything is changing in life. Change is natural. And I'm open to the possibility that this is temporary and it's possible that this can change. Now that is a far more empowering belief, right? Than just saying, I'm stuck. I'm stuck, I'm stuck, I'm stuck. But you're never stuck. Life is always moving. Your life energy is always flowing. There is no stuckness, in the universe. It's just what you are saying to yourself that's keeping you stuck. It's gonna get worse. And you could say that's the limiting thought and belief. And the empowering one could be, I believe anything is possible, and I could heal completely. Okay, so you want to consciously choose a empowering belief instead of the one that you've been, that's been the painful limiting cycle of beliefs that you've been rotating in your head. You could choose a whole different cycle. Okay, the doctor said it's irreversible, and then that's the limiting belief. And you could say, I know people who've had miraculous healings, no matter what the doctor said. So there's always an empowering side to the limiting belief that you have. I'm being punished. That's another one. And you could say, what if this pain is a friendly messenger? I've always said, sickness, pain, symptoms, chronic illness, chronic pain, no matter what, that your body is, it's a way that your body is communicating with you. It's not there to punish you. It's not trying to make life difficult for you. It's just saying, hey, something is not working, something needs attending to. So what if you're not being punished? What if this pain, this chronic illness is just saying, look inside, something's hurting, something's gone off, something's not in balance, and that's it. So instead of seeing this pain as something that's punishing you, what if you could say, hey, what if this pain or this illness is a friendly messenger that's here to tell me something about me and something that's not moving forward, something that's blocking me, and it's just something that's here to remind me about what's going on with me. So these are some of the things you want to look at if you are stuck with chronic pain, because it is a multi-layered problem. There is an emotional side to it. There is obviously a physical side to it. And I'm not saying don't go to the doctor and don't do this. That surgery is necessary. That medication is necessary at some times. Whatever you're doing, the medical route is necessary. But there are also a whole lot of other things. So if you're just relying on the medicine, then you're not addressing it on different layers, and limiting beliefs will block the healing. So I'm just here to, create awareness and ask you to question those beliefs and become aware of those beliefs so that you can, speed up the healing process. And here's a quote to leave you with. And this is a quote by Dr. Rob Anthony, and he says, "You can have anything you want if you are willing to give up the belief that you can't have it." I can't have it because I'm old. I can't have it because this is an age-related problem. I can't have it because the doctor said it. I can't have it because all the other people I know, blah, blah, blah. So you can have anything you want if you are willing to give up the belief that you can't have it. So that's all about beliefs blocking your healing. I hope this was helpful, or it woke you up in some way and gave you some tips and tools to work with. If you are interested in using EFT tapping to releasing limiting beliefs, which is my favorite tool that I teach, coach people with, and use on myself, my family, and everybody else, I've posted a link above. Be sure to check it out if you have chronic pain, because I teach in that. I'm teaching you the EFT tapping process to release limiting beliefs. So thank you so much for joining me. Hi Devendra Azad. Hi Wes Mons. Hi Rajeshwari. Hi Denise. Hi Ram. Thank you so much for being here, for joining me live, and all of you joining me on replay. Thank you so much. If you have any comments, leave them below. If you have questions, leave them below. Thank you for joining me. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in my next Facebook Live. Bye, guys.